And we are live. Welcome, Kyshona and Jordi.
Hi.
Hey, John.
Hey, so good to see you both. Welcome to the virtual warming house.
We are happy to be here.
It's amazing that we are all here.
It really is. Yeah, this is great. Um, so good, and welcome to all of you out on the other side of our computers watching us here. Good to have you all with us, and I'll give our little intro spiel, and then I want to hear music as quickly as possible because
I'll give
that's
our little intro spiel.
ooh, I'm hearing myself.
Yeah,
Um,
that was me. Sorry.
do I really sound like that?
No.
No. All right. So, hey, folks, my name is John Lewis, and I'm one of the folks that runs the Warming House in Minneapolis, Minnesota. I am so happy to have Kyshona and Jordi Baizan here to play some songs and to chat. And I have a feeling we might even laugh a little bit during this next hour or so. Thanks for being here with us. Quick couple of words about the Warming House. So the Warming House is a very small listening room in South Minneapolis. We have, like all venues pretty much everywhere, have been closed since mid March. And So we've been doing a number of online shows like we're doing here tonight. This is part of our uh, mostly every other Monday songs and conversation show where we get a few songwriters online and uh, we treat it like an in the round stage and chat and play trade off playing some songs. So check these out every other Monday or so. Um, in addition to this, we've been doing some Thursday night events. We've got a songwriters workshop about every other Thursday, where songwriters can come in on a Zoom call and work on songs together. We also do an open mic one Thursday a month, and uh, some music business night every now and then as well. All that stuff you can find out more about on our website, thewarminghouse.org. And you can sign up for any of those events on Thursdays and get reminders and all that good stuff. Um, so, last thing I wanted to say, I mean, the Warming House, we hope to open our doors again someday. We don't know when that will be. We are thinking it's going to be in a different place than where we formerly were, um, and I think that'll actually be a good thing. But keep keep in touch. Watch us on our website for news. Sign up for a mailing list, and we'll keep you informed and all that. All right, enough for the housekeeping and public service announcements. Jordi and Kyshona, really great to have you both here. And Jordi, you are down in Houston, Texas, I believe, just down 35
That's right.
from
That's
us here.
right. Born and raised and still here after so.
Excellent.
Yeah, yeah.
So great. And Kyshona, you're in Nashville, right?
Yep, I'm in Nashville. I'm actually like a few miles out in Hendersonville, Tennessee
Okay.
right now. Yeah,
Awesome. Isn't that where Johnny Cash lived in
it is.
Hendersonville?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
Excellent. I heard
Right
that
on the
place
lake.
burned down recently. Is that right? A couple of years ago?
I don't know the
I
answer to
can't
that.
remember now, but
You would think I
anyway.
would know. I'm pretty out of touch.
Well, yeah, it's all right. That's all
Yeah.
right. So I see one comment already. Vincent Sansoni says, "Hi, Kashana. She is awesome." So,
Hi.
That's great.
so well, I'm so excited for this. I've met both Kashana and Jordi through different music conferences and festivals over the past few years, and love your music, both of you, and just really excited that you're here to play. And I did also actually quickly want to tell folks that we welcome your tips and donations. There's a link on the website or on the on the stream here that you can use to send money. 80% of everything we get in goes to Jordi and Kyshona. So please be generous and help support songwriters who are not able to get out there and tour and play the kind of shows that we're all used to doing. So yeah. Jordi, do you want to start us off today with a song?
I would love to do that.
Excellent.
And you were mentioning touring. I really miss touring a lot. And one of the things that I really loved about it was that I would go to these new places and just imagine what life might be like if I lived in that place. This is a song that's set in New York City, and it kind of is along that idea of just imagining what life might have been like in a specific situation. This is called Could Have Been Us. And you know this song, I played like right after you at the Kerrville Folk Festival and played this song. So. Monday morning rush on the uptown line. Bodies press and sway. The train car rumbles and whines. Tired of staring at the phone, I looked up. I saw lipstick on the lid of a coffee cup. The cheekbone scar, the lotus tattoo were clues to solve the mystery of you. At Columbus Circle, you turned to get off. I couldn't help wondering if it could have been us. Could have been us. Later that year, in the neighborhood store, I saw you checking out, just one register over. I noticed the tomatoes, the nectarines, your skin, and that guy that you were with, who was more than just a friend. The way you looked into his eyes was like morphine for pain. The brush of your fingers like a warm summer rain. The two of you fit like a hand in a glove. I couldn't help wondering if it could have been us. Could have been us. Grown-ups aren't supposed to be lost in childish reverie, but maybe daydreams teach us what we really need. We got a little snow. I took Jack out for a walk. I saw you standing on a front stoop, arms wrapped around a box. You lugged it down the stairs to the back of a van. Well, it was clear to me that Brooklyn was no longer in your plan. A voice came from the front seat. Okay, Jessica, let's drive. You smiled as you passed me on the passenger side. I mustered, have a good one. The engine started up. I couldn't help wondering if it could have been us. I can't help wondering if it could have been us. Could have been us. Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you.
That was gorgeous,
Thanks so much,
Jordi.
bud. Appreciate it.
Yeah, sounded really great. It's funny you said you probably played that right after I played at Kerrville, and I was thinking right after I got off the stage, I'm sure like my head was just like, and I couldn't even think for about 20 minutes after that. So,
I don't know
so
if you knew. Did you know that I lost my voice completely, like for 36 hours before that? I didn't talk the entire time. For 36 hours, I didn't talk. Even backstage, I was like,
I remember that backstage that you were, yeah.
so the
That's
first
tough.
words I croaked out of my mouth were to that song.
Oh wow.
So, anyway,
Well, it sounded great. So, yeah.
thanks.
So, Kyshona, you were telling us backstage here that you were actually, like, speaking of Kerrville, you were on on the bill to play the main stage at Kerrville this May. Is that
Yeah,
right?
Awesome.
yeah. It would have been fun.
That would
You
have
know?
been
It would have
fun.
been fun. I really was looking forward to it though. Just because I've had so many friends go and play Kerrville and just have nothing
Yeah.
but, flowing positive things to say about it. So I was looking forward to it. But yeah, another time.
Another time.
Another
Yeah,
time. Yeah.
it'll happen.
Yeah.
Uh,
It'll happen.
So, yeah, did you have? I mean, I know both of you tour quite a bit. Kyshona, did you have a lot on the calendar that disappeared?
Yeah. We actually, I released a new album in February.
Mm,
And so we had done some touring before, but after release day, we had it set to, hit the road. And I was supposed to have gone to Australia for a few weeks to tour, and that just got pulled out of the calendar. So,
yeah,
but it's fine. I've honestly enjoyed this time. I feel like I've been able to kind of redirect the music a bit, you know, um, into what started me writing was, I used to be a music therapist. So somehow, like through this year, since everything has kind of changed and shifted for musicians, I've just found myself still doing songwriting, but with those that have never written before.
oh wow,
Yeah, so either with teenagers or working with adults, working with veterans and people who are seeking some sort of therapeutic release. So
that's awesome.
yeah, it's been a positive thing.
That's great. Yeah, is that something you'd been doing some of before the quarantine happened, and then you just expanded that, or is that a new?
Yeah, I had been working with a few nonprofits here in Nashville. One was called the Academy, where we were teaching songwriting in the women's jail here in Nashville. And I've worked in the past with a nonprofit called Send Musicians to Prison, where we just bring songwriting songs into, maximum security prisons, and then also nursing homes, playing at nursing homes.
Yeah.
But it just kind of turned that dial up. That was my release. Whenever I would get off the road, I was like, okay, now let's go have a touch of reality.
Yeah.
But since all there is reality, I feel like that the things have shifted. So
Yeah.
I'm doing more of that more than the actually doing live streams. I'm doing more teaching songwriting and songwriting sessions. Therapeutic songwriting sessions is what I'm calling them.
That's awesome.
Right.
That sounds
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Well, how about a song? Speaking
Yeah.
of songs.
Speaking of, yeah, I feel like this is kind of my mood. This was the first single off the album. The album is called Listen, but the song is called Too Much. waiting for your love to change. Second guessing the choices that you made. How you gonna keep on keeping on when you feel beaten down and your money's all gone? How you keep on keeping on keeping on? Sure, it's too much. Oh, your luck is about to change. Yeah. Sure, it's too much. You got more bend before you break. Sure, it's too much. Yeah. All of the signs are telling me that I'm running out of time, but I gotta tell you, this weight is too much, too much, too much. Ooh, said it's just too much, yeah, too much, too much. Ooh, yeah. There's so much that one poor soul can do. Yeah, yes, only so many times you can play to an empty room. Yeah. How you gonna keep on keeping on when you feel beaten down and your money's all gone? How you keep on keeping on keeping on? It's just too much. Oh, your luck is about to change. It's just too much. You got more bend before you break it. It's just too much, yeah. All of the signs are telling me that I'm running out of time, but I gotta tell you, this weight is too much. Yes. Ooh, when it gets harder, hold on just a little longer. Ooh, just before the dawn, yes, you know it gets darker. Ooh, when it gets harder, hold on just a little longer. Ooh, just before the dawn, yes, you know it gets darker. Ooh, when it gets harder, hold on just a little longer. Ooh, and just before the dawn, yeah, no, it gets darker, darker, darker. Ooh, it's just too much. Oh, your luck is about to change. It's just too much. You got more bend before you break. It's just too much, yeah. All of the signs are telling me that I'm running out of time, but I gotta tell you, this weight is too much. Oh, your luck is about to change. It's just too much, yeah. You got more bend before you break. It's just too much, yeah. All of the signs are telling me that I'm running out of time, but I gotta tell you, this weight is too much, too much, too much. Ooh, said it's just too much. It's too much. Ooh, yeah. I said it's just too much.
Wow, that's great. Great.
The world is too
song.
much right now.
Yeah,
Wow.
I totally relate. Yeah.
When was that
When
song
was it
written,
written?
Kishona?
I wrote it
Yeah.
maybe 3
How
years
long
ago, maybe a little more.
Oh wow, that's so
Yeah.
like timely.
You know, we found
Wow.
that this whole entire album is quite timely, even though I wrote most of the songs years ago, within the last 5 years. The album, like from top to bottom, is just like a soundtrack for 2020.
Yeah.
Which is sad but awesome, but also just shows like the problems have always been there. These feelings are always there.
Yes.
They're just like at the surface now.
And also that we never learn.
We never learn. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I think just the title song and the title of your album, I mean, that's kind of where I'm at these days, is just listen. There's just so much going on.
Totally.
And I mean, and that's, I feel like the best thing that a lot of us can do is listen and learn and support. But yeah. So I'm guessing we'll hear that song, maybe.
Well, now we will. Since you just did all that, we sure will.
It's like the perfect setup.
It was. It really was.
So we got a bunch more folks commenting here. I'll quick say hi to a few of them. Thank you, folks, for coming on, and actually, thank you so much for commenting, because it's hard to know who's on unless people actually comment. But we've got Chad Maslowski, who's excited to see both of you. Says he loves you all. He loves me too. Thanks,
Aww.
Chad.
Thanks, Chad.
Katie O'Neill Eckberger, who says that Send Musicians to Prison is a great organization. So Katie's familiar with that. And then Mary Decker, who happens to be my sister from Charlotte, is weighing in, though she's actually in town here right now. And then Shelley Vasinic, I think, is the next. So thanks all for being here. And yeah. So Jordi, you want to do us another number?
Sure. I don't know about you guys, but I found this time during this time that writing has been a good place for me to be. It really, takes me out of everything that's going on in a way, and also helps me to process it. And we had an interesting situation in our family. My kids are grown, but my wife and I are empty nesters. But she works in her family business, and it was deemed an essential business. So when this whole thing was started, and there was a lot of lack of information about the virus and how it was passed from person to person, it wasn't totally clear, and it was really scary. I remember I slept like an hour less per night in the month of April than I normally do on average, So my wife was going to work every day, and I was home, and we were kind of like, man, what should we do? And at some point we decided that because she was going out and being exposed, that it might be best if we kind of separated in our house and just like slept in different corners of the house, and just like walked around and stayed socially distanced within our home. And it was pretty intense experience. And then I realized that a lot of folks were going through that, a lot of essential workers and so on, nurses, doctors, first responders that were coming home and, potentially bringing the virus back to their loved ones, and how to manage that. So I wrote this song called Separate in Our Home. Separate in our home, weeks without a kiss, lines we shouldn't cross. How did it come to this? You're needed on the front lines. I'm so proud of you. Perhaps this too shall pass. I'm counting on the truth. The love will find a way. By now you think I know. There's nothing should keep us separate in our home. My hands are cracked from washing off the germs you might drag in. An accidental brush might be enough to do us in. On bad days when I push your buttons, you won't take the bait. You've always been the brave one, and you're showing me again that love will find a way. By now you think I know. it's getting really bad in New York and in Spain. I should turn off the news, but it sucks me in again. When I can't take it anymore, I go out for a walk, like an early Sunday. The traffic jams are gone, the air is clean, my neighbors wave, the sky ultramarine. I recognize the chorus that the birds sing from the trees, that love will find a way. By now you think I know there's nothing should keep us separate in our home. There's nothing should keep us separate in our home. Thank you. Thanks.
Very nice. Nice song. So that's very
Super new.
very new then, huh? Yeah,
Thanks.
like it.
I love that.
A lot.
I was trying
I
to
kind of
harmonize.
saw you sing, and I was like, "Go for it!
Yeah.
That'd be awesome."
I wish we could figure out the
Right.
syncing thing with the internet.
Yeah. I know. I'm still waiting for them to like come up with the greatest ever kind of group video product, because it's
Right?
like there are a lot of choirs out there that are just like dying to perform together
Mhm.
and just
Yeah.
bands
Yeah.
and this, you know.
Mhm. And this,
So,
yeah,
anyway.
for sure. Yeah.
So
Well,
how about for you, Kyshona? Has this been a time where you've been writing much on your own? I mean, it sounds like you're writing with people and teaching writing quite a bit.
yeah, I will be honest. I was not writing, wasn't feeling creative at all, especially in the first few months. And I was feeling guilty about it. But I'm also one of those people that just feels a lot. So I'm a person where I have to sit in a situation and then come through it before I can like look back and process what just happened.
Hmm.
But what I have found is that doing therapeutic songwriting and then working with the youth, like especially in the last 2 months, I've been it's like every day I'm leading a group or something, and I'm happy to know that at least the creativity is still there. I thought I might have
Yeah.
lost it. I was kind of like, what's the point? But it's been really good, I think, to just have an outlet and not to be focused on me and my problems. We're still writing about what's happening in the world, but it's not my perspective. And I think that's what I enjoy, is like getting out of the way and just I enjoy the freedom of that. Like, this is for you. What do you want to create? What do you want to say?
Nice.
And I'm kind of I've been surprising myself by how quickly ideas are coming. When I'm writing for myself, though, it's like I'll second guess it. I turn the critic on in the head, and
Mm.
so yeah, I have still worked a muscle, but just from a different angle.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's great. That's cool.
Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah, and that's so important to keep it in shape
Mhm.
to some degree at least, whether
Mhm.
it's
Yeah, I had given up. I was making candles for a while. I was like, forget it. I'll be a candle maker.
wow, nice. Are you selling those on your website or anything?
I'm not, because I'm not a great candle maker. I'm just like, all I can really do is music. Yeah, womp womp.
Yeah. How about you, Jordi? Have you been writing a lot during this time, or?
Well, I'm fortunate in that I have a writing group, and maybe that's been kind of therapeutic too, because we're all like ending up writing about, similar things or different things, but you see that people are feeling, and you start feeling too because you feel what they're feeling. So along with what you're saying, Kyshona, it's I think a similar thing. But I really loved what you said about when you're feeling down, when you're feeling low, and turning your attention towards someone else.
Yeah.
That just changes everything and inspires you
Yes.
to wake up again and try. You know.
It really does. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm really glad you chose to do that.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you're back.
Hey, I'm here.
I'm sorry for the candle industry, but you know
It was short-lived. It was short-lived.
that's okay. You're where you need to be. I'm sure of
Yes.
that.
All right, you got another one for us?
Yeah, because you brought it up, and one, we still need to do this. So actually, I wrote this song after I first met you, after my first folk alliance. It was a lot of conversations were had during that time, just about perspective. And I was having conversations with artist friends, who were wondering how they could be an ally. And what was happening was like conversations. I've noticed this when I'm in a conversation, someone asks how they can help. When I'm telling them what's wrong and when I'm explaining to them my side or my view or what it's like for me walking through the world, it turns into a debate, when a lot of times we'll ask people for an opinion, and rather than just sitting in it and hearing them, we want to fix it.
Yeah.
But when we're trying to fix it, we're not listening anymore, and I find myself doing that. And that's something I've been really, really trying to work on. It's really hard. Listen is an action word, but it requires you to be still and like turn everything off,
Yeah.
But, I don't this album, people have heard me say this, but the mission of this record and what I've put on myself is to be a voice in a vessel for those that feel lost, forgotten, silenced, or are hurting. And so I wanted every song to kind of embody that. And I think the first way to get there is just to listen to one another and try and see things from their perspective rather than try to fix it. Just first try to understand, and rather than trying to fix it, maybe ask questions, So, this is called Listen.
Awesome.
Da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da. Why you gotta interrupt when I'm not done talking? I need you to keep it shut. This ain't up for discussion. Da-da-da-da-da. Yeah, I'm pouring out my heart, 'cause I want you to see it. I know you're picking me apart, but you ain't gotta speak it. Why don't you listen? Why won't you listen? Why don't you listen? Yeah, I know you wanna help, but you're deaf to the mission. Even when you see the hand I'm dealt, you pretend it's my decision. Don't try and say that our struggle's the same. Don't lie and tell me you're ready for change. Why don't you listen? Why won't you listen? Why don't you listen? don't you listen? I'm standing right in front of you, trying to tell you my truth. The only thing I ask of you is listen. 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 Ooh, listen. Why don't you listen? Why won't you listen? Why don't you listen? Why don't you listen?
Yeah.
Can I make a critical
Yes,
comment?
please.
I think you could just make that song longer. Just keep singing like that. that little riff at the end. Just keep doing it. Like 32-part harmonies at the end of it. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Oh, that's great.
It's amazing. Yeah. Somebody commented about when you play with the band, how much they love it too. And so is that your usual thing when you play out? Do you typically have
I
a band,
play.
or do you do a mix of both? Or?
I do a mix. I play with the band mostly when I'm in town. When I'm on the road, it's either myself solo or I'll take. I have a vocal trio, so it's just me and two other women who are stronger singers than I am, and it's
Okay.
just 3-part harmonies on everything. But I've also toured with either me and a drummer or me and a guitarist.
Yeah.
I enjoy having people with me because I feel like that's where the joy in making music is, and
Yeah.
I feel like I can experiment and play around.
Sure.
So I've been honored to be able to do that, to be able to at least play on the road a little bit, but I miss it. I won't take it for granted now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Isn't that the truth? When we're able to do some of that kind of thing again, it's going to feel like
amazing.
Christmas. I don't know.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Wow. No, that's great song. So
Thank you.
And for all of you out listening, I put the link up for Kyshona and for Jordi's web pages, and you can get their CDs and other cool merch, I'm sure. So check it out. So yeah. Jordi, do you want to?
Yeah, I've got So that was a really great segue to this next song, which is actually I just released it as a single September 1st. So it's pretty fun, and it's being released out to folk radio in October. So we'll see if it gets some listens out there. John, you and I met through a song contest at the Kerrville Folk Festival songwriting competition, and I kind of decided I was kind of done with that stuff. And, it's been so wonderful for me. It's opened a lot of doors, and I've met so many great people through those types of events. But I was like, I don't want to enter any more competitions for songs, and that type of thing. But a radio promoter that I work with sent out an email about a little contest that was going on, and the theme, you had to write a song to the theme of monuments, which was, we were definitely having a national conversation about that subject. So along the lines of what Kyshona was saying about listening and the importance of listening, I decided to write a song from the perspective of the monument itself, basically observing what was going on and listening and having some empathy towards the situation. So this is the song that came out. It's called Melt Me Down. pedestal 160 years ago, grandiose in bronze, noble and esteemed. My glory's now corroded green. My story adds insult to injury. It's time for a change. Melt me down and bring me back as Lady Liberty. This world doesn't need me anymore. We're all a little scared, but there's something better for us out there. Melt me down, bring me back as Lady Liberty. 10,000 fill the square and street, 5 hours in the summer heat, walking side by side, chants and signs and songs. There's power in their peaceful way. They've come to set the record straight. Let freedom ring. Melt me down and bring me back as Lady Liberty. This world doesn't need me anymore. We're all a little scared, but there's something better for us out there. Melt me down, bring me back as Lady Liberty. Last night I had a dream, a little girl looking up at me. My torch held to the sky, and the broken chains and shackles laying at my feet. So melt me down and bring me back as Lady Liberty. This world doesn't need me anymore. We're all a little scared, but there's something better for us out there. Melt me down, bring me back as Lady Liberty. Oh, melt me down and bring me back as Lady Liberty. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thanks.
that's great.
Appreciate it.
I had to write
Lot
that
to-
down. Melt me down. I had to write that. I was like, that's so good.
Thank
It
you.
really is. I just love that. I mean, there's a lot to think about in that song, but I love just taking that, kind of using, or I don't know, the exercise of like thinking, look at the world from the perspective of this inanimate object kind of thing, and going from
Yeah.
there. I mean, because there's so much to unpack there, and it's
Yeah.
really beautiful job.
Yeah, I can't imagine that when a spirit is released from like its earthly, ego and all the stuff that makes people do crazy things for power and whatever, I can't imagine that spirit will look back and go, I can't relate to what these people are saying about my story, I think that spirit would relate to it, and looking at it from that perspective, my hope was that people would be able to look at things from a different perspective, maybe, that's the idea. That's what I tried to do,
Yeah, nice song.
Thanks.
Melt me down. Very double meaning there, as well. But there are a lot of meanings. But cool. So somebody asked on the comments here if you were from New York, Jordi, and I will answer for you. Jordi is from Houston, Houston, Texas.
Right.
So born and raised, and
But I have two kids
world
who
traveler,
lived in
though.
New York for a while.
Okay.
And so I've gotten to spend a lot of time in that city, and it's a pretty inspiring city. There's just so much going on, and it's just it's hard not to leave, with a lot of sensations, when you go.
Nice. And Kyshona, you are in Nashville now. You were telling us, so you're from South Carolina, and you lived in Georgia as well for a while. And
Yeah.
but you've been in Nashville for quite a while now, haven't you?
I mean, not as many as most. It's coming up on 7 years. It'll be
Okay.
7 years in January.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
I thought I would be here for 1 year, and here I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Seems to work for you, huh?
Yeah, I actually am quite happy, and I mean, again, also Nashville is just in the perfect place where it's easy to kind of get kind of anywhere.
Yeah.
I do miss Atlanta, but it's only 4 hours away.
Yeah.
So
There
it's
you
just
go.
a little day drive. It's nice.
Nice. Excellent. You got another song for us?
Yeah, I have one. I don't know. It felt like after Jordi's song, maybe this one would work. It's just called "Fallen People." You can blame it on religion. You can blame it on the president. Blame it on the way that we were raised, or blame it on the government. We can be angry at each other, always pointing fingers. We could use every excuse, it's so easy to do in the heat of it. Sisters and brothers, when we gonna come together? We're fallen people, living in a fallen world. We're fallen people, people who hurt, yeah. We've all had a moment, we've all fallen a little short. Is there something you wish you could take back, something you're fighting for? Look down the street, somebody's in need. Guns and bombs are going off. Tell me, what's it all for? Sisters and brothers, when we gonna come together? We're fallen people, living in a fallen world. Ooh. Fallen people, people who hurt, yes. We're judging at the first look, when we haven't read the whole book. The only place to start is to love from where you are. We're fallen people, living in a fallen world. Ooh, yes. We're fallen people, people who hurt, yes. We're fallen people, living heard, who heard, who heard.
Wow. Love it.
Thank you. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Great lines in that.
Thank you.
Oh my
I
God.
wrote that with my friends Maureen Murphy and Jen Bostic. And we talk about, I talk about this whenever I perform that song live. There's this book called The Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. And I never remember all four, but the one that always sticks out to me is, the two that stick out to me are to make no assumptions and not everything is about you, basically that idea. But I like to be reminded of that because we all are walking around with some kind of pain. We all have our own wounds that we're carrying through life, and we're just trying to get by. And sometimes we might react to someone, but it's not really reacting to them. It's just reacting to the wound that they just bumped into, and I think empathy. Yeah. Just giving people grace and giving one another grace. Just
giving ourselves grace.
Exactly. All of that. We're all hurting.
Yeah. It's great.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fallen people living in a fallen world.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is that on that same record, or is that okay?
Yeah, it's on Listen. So far, every song I've played today is on Listen, just because
All
that's
right.
my mood lately.
So people, go to Kyshona's website, get that record.
Oh yeah, gotta get it.
Yeah. Wow. No, that. Thank you.
Thank you.
So we are sadly at the point where we're just one more song from each of you here. I could keep this going all night, I think.
What happened?
I know, right? So, yeah, this has really been lovely. So again, thank you both for taking some time out of your evening, and so and yeah, it really is just a nice chance to feel sort of normal to like hang out with songwriters and
it's great.
and do this.
Yeah.
Let's do this again next week.
Yeah. Same time. Yeah.
Sure. All right, Jordi, what do you got?
Yeah, so I've got a song, kind of going along the line of what Kyshona was leading us. I felt that this song would be the good one to do, and it's timely also. It's an older song. It was written in 2017, right after we went through the big, massive displacement and chaos of Hurricane Harvey. That was back in 2017, and we've had a lot of storms and hurricanes and disasters and fires since, and so there's a lot of pain, that people went through and are still going through, but there's a lot of people meeting people from a place of love, and that's what the song's about. And it's the true story of my and my family's experience of Hurricane Harvey. They've been telling us for days that it was coming. The big one, the storm to end all storms. Rain comes down in windy sheets. Water's rising in the street. It's dry and warm inside, but that might not last long. It's gonna rain for days. Houston, there's no place to go. If it seems the world is falling all to pieces, and we're much too small to face the hurricane, we are not alone at all. We have neighbors, friends, and family. There are heroes all around us, we're gonna be okay. Well, Bray's Bayou's up 10 feet in just 3 hours. Our friends in a 2-story house said we could come on over. The water's halfway up the yard. It's too late now to take the car. We pack 1 suitcase each and this guitar. Lock the doors behind us and leave our home of 20 years. And wade 3 blocks to safety in the dark. Thank God we have someone to call. If it seems the world is falling all to pieces, and we're much too small to face the hurricane, we are not alone at all. We have neighbors, friends, and family. There are heroes all around us. We're gonna be okay. Well, it's morning and it's clear, the bayou crested overnight. Our neighborhood is now a lake, there's no end in sight. Honey, come and check this out. 2 young men paddling a canoe, rescuing an older man, his dog and wheelchair too. And soon more help would follow, the kayaks and the power boats. A people's army mobilized, that's what heroes do. It's in their blood, it's in your blood, because you're heroes too. If it seems the world is falling all to pieces, and you're much too small to face the hurricane, you are not alone at all. You have neighbors, friends, family. There are heroes all around us. You're gonna be okay. There are heroes all around us. We're gonna be okay. Thank you.
Very nice.
Thank you
Very
so
nice.
much.
Beautiful. So you've had your share of hurricanes down there.
Yeah, and neighbors on either side of us along the Gulf Coast, definitely this year. Wow,
Yeah. So,
lots of rain, lots of wind.
well, yeah, gorgeous, gorgeous song. So
Thank you.
you for that.
Love it. We're all going to be okay,
Yes,
guys.
Yes,
We're
we're
all
gonna
be
take
okay.
care of each other.
Yes, we're going to be okay.
I'm gonna believe you. I can't believe it for myself, but I'm gonna believe you because you're saying it. So I'm just gonna take that.
Yeah.
I'm worried.
Yeah. I mean, yes.
Yeah,
We'll be okay. It might take a minute, but we're going to be okay.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah. There's lessons in this right now.
Mm-hmm.
There are.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
well, Kyshona, do you want to close the show for us here?
Yes. Yeah, I think I'm going to go on this we're going to be okay vibe.
Excellent.
Yeah. First I just want to say thank you. Thank you so much for having us and giving us just a feeling of, community and, storytelling again. I'm glad you're still doing this and hosting and in the round. So, um,
Yeah. Well, thanks for
yeah,
being here so
yeah.
much.
I know I said today's been a rough day, but it was nice to know, like, all right, I'm going to like get up and, as always, once you get a guitar in your hands and you're like face to face with people,
Yeah.
you know, yeah. So I'm going to end on this song called More in Common. I don't think I need to explain it. I'm just going to play it.
Good.
You've got your reasons, and I've got mine. Ain't no agreeing, but I'm on your side. I can't hear your heart over the screaming crowds. We've said awful things, but I'm still choosing you now. We've got more in common. We've got more in common. No matter what you think, where you've been, who you are, we've got more in common than what tears us apart. Second chances, they don't come every day. They're like sun in Seattle, like February. So let's build up these bridges, oh, and tear down these walls, oh Lord. Let's give love when we need it and be ready to receive it, 'cause love is binding us all. We've got more in common. We've got more in common. No matter what you think, where you've been, who you are, we've got more in common than what tears us apart. Na 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 na. Take my hand, we'll rise together through the fire. You are my brother. The more we seek, the more we find it. More in common. Take my hand, we'll rise together through the fire. You are my brother. The more we seek, the more we find it. More in common. Take my hand, we'll rise together through the fire. You are my brother. The more we seek, the more we find it. More in common. We've got more in common. We've got more in common. No matter what you think, where you've been, who you are, we've got more in common than what tears us apart. Na 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 na. Y'all can sing that from your computer screens. Na 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 na. Na 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 na.
Yeah.
Man, that was beautiful.
Perfect song to end the night, I
Thank
think.
Perfect.
Beautiful.
So good.
you.
So good.
Well, thanks again, both of you, so much. This was awesome. For all of you out watching, or whenever you're watching this, please share this feed with your friends and family and other people that need to hear it. This will be up for a little while, so uh, get your people to watch it, and we'll all spread the joy and love and
Yeah.
all those things.
Thank you.
So, um, all right, I'm gonna sign us all off. Thanks again
Yeah.
so
Thank
much.
you for
Good
having
night.
us.
Good night,
Bye.
everyone. Thanks for
Yeah.
coming.
Bye bye.